What's up? What's up? We need some viewers. I got to know whether this music is too loud. I am so excited. I want to do a live stream. I don't like to do lives. I don't like to work with cameras on because if you play music in the background, YouTube flags the account and you get copyright strikes. So now that I have a new royalty-free membership, there's one viewer in here, 2 viewers. Can you guys tell me, is the music too loud? Please help me, help me. I never have music playing. Give me feedback. Type something in the chat. Do it. I have a few minutes to do a live stream. I got to work at 5. Sweet, thanks, MM. I don't really know what to call you, but is it Eminem or MM? Had a lady comment and say thanks, Melody. She said I don't advertise my live streams. Thanks, Alan. Oh, there must be a delay. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. She said I don't advertise. Oh, Melissa. Thank you. That's easier. There's not a little, it just says MM. There's not like a Gravatar picture, so I never know. Does anybody have any questions? There's been a couple people who have commented and said I don't advertise live streams. I just do it randomly and they can never show up to them. So wanted to hop on today. I've got 20 or 25 minutes before time for workout. So wanted to see if there's any way I could be of service to you guys. No agenda for the live chat. Or no agenda for the live chat. Please put something in the live chat that you'd like me to talk about. There's no agenda for this live stream. So I see people bouncing in and out right now, which is pretty normal if I don't have a topic in the title. That it's going to cover something specific, because people just think that it's me here jibber jabbering, which kind of is, unless there's something I can do for you guys. So please tell me what you want to see in the chat. Tell me what you would like to chat about, and hopefully the people that weren't able to meet the other or make the other live streams will hop on. So what's going on in you guys' lives? Don't be afraid to type something long in the chat. The more descriptive, the better. So how's the connection? Everything good? We've got music playing in the background. We're going to do a test today. See if this gets flagged by the YouTube algorithm. Generally, I can't have anything on in the room. It's going to be silent. So I am so excited to be able to have music and be recording. So we'll see. Come on, guys. There's got to be something that you want to chat about. There's just people bouncing in and out. I can see the view count. It's did you install a red light in your Radiant Health? Looking to do the same with my Radiant Health. Yes. I didn't put that on YouTube yet, did I? So the old red light therapy video, I think if you Google or YouTube how to add near infrared to far infrared for $100, you're right. That's in a Sunstream 1 person, isn't it? I've put the red light bulbs in both the 2-person Radiant Health EC2H and the corner sauna, but I don't think I've uploaded the videos for the corner. But I can do that, Melody, if that's something that you like. You just want to see exactly how to install it inside of a Radiant Health. It's pretty much the same, but when you take the roof apart, it is a little bit different. So let me make some notes. I could do that. Is there anything that you specifically want to see? In that particular, yes, I noticed it in your last video. Yeah, there are bulbs in there. I filmed that probably 6 months ago. I just haven't uploaded it. So I've got the footage somewhere on a hard drive. Let me find it. Maybe next week after the DIY sauna thing is done, I'll find it and upload it for you. That should help. So Radiant Health, I'm just making some notes really quick so I remember. Heat lamp bulb install. Okay, that should take care of Melody. You're welcome. Hope you're having a great day so far. And like I say, if there's anything specific in the how-to that you want to see, like I'll show you how to wire it up. It's pretty easy. Most people just freak out when it's the part where they're going to take a drill and drill a tiny little 1/4-inch hole to pass the wire through. They're like, oh my God, I have to make sure that this is exactly where it's supposed to go before I drill a hole in. Oh my, basically like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm going to put a hole in my brand new sauna. So I totally get it. Deva says, I've got some 250 watt bulbs from the local farm store here in Canada to make a DIY sauna. Do I need to get the Rubylux? No. Deva, you probably have either the triangle bulbs, which are like the cheapest of the cheap, or maybe you have the Philips. Any of them can work. Actually, I have a few right here. This is a Philips. This is a TheraBulb. Hold on. Might be a... Nope, actually, this is a Rubylux. They both work fine. One of the biggest differences is when you mount them in something that has a shroud, or if you put them in a sauna like Melody is going to do. I think I have a video that talks about the neck. So see how the necks of the bulb are different? It doesn't seem like it matters, but one of the things that happens is because the Philips bulb has a clear housing on the neck of the bulb, more heat and more light comes out the back, which heats up the wood where this fixture gets mounted. In the DIY sauna where you have a reflective heat lamp cover, this added shading, because the shading of the neck of the bulb keeps the heat trapped inside so it doesn't heat the wood up on the sauna wall itself. It's not necessary. These work fine for a DIY sauna. I would spend the extra money and get these nowadays for a wooden sauna, just for the wood protection. But I haven't found a performance benefit. So everyone says, oh, you want to get the TheraBulb because it is better documented and all this stuff, and there might be a less toxic coating and all this. Well, in my saunas, I put one on one side and one on the other. I can't tell the difference. It's pretty much the same. So I don't know how, yeah, you know, I don't know. It's not really worth it to me, but I buy everything and check everything just in case. So for the application though, like the neck thing that I talked about, it is worth it to me. But let's see. Deva said, I don't know if that answered your question, Deva, but Melissa says, can you talk about the benefits of COPD in sauna? Probably not, Melissa. I'm not a doctor, so we can't talk about specific medical conditions. I can give you my thoughts on it. It depends on what you're trying to do with it, but I would, if it's not for you, like if it's for an elder person, like my grandfather who's 96 has COPD, he takes an inhaler and does like the steroid push, whatever that thing is. And he also uses a nebulizer every night before bed. For someone like that, if that's the, is there any difference? For someone like that, I would be very cautious if it's not for you, sticking them in a superheated environment like that, especially if they're not able to breathe well. But infrared would be easier on them than a steam sauna because the air temperature is much lower. Benefits in what regard? I mean, they're going to get the same benefits that somebody else gets. Exactly what it's going to do to the lungs, I couldn't really say, especially here on YouTube. It's probably a good idea. I would just go with caution and need more details about who it's for, what type of position they're in, what they're, if it's for you, it's easy because you can just say that. But generally when people ask about that, it's for a relative or something, but I'm not sure. If you give more details, I can help you privately. Any difference in the light spectrum range? Let me see what we were talking about, Deva. Deva says, is there any difference in the light spectrum range? I don't know. I can't remember. I wouldn't want to speak out of turn. You mean from the Philips to the Rubylux? I don't know. Do you have a link for the like for the graph of both? I could glance at it really quick and tell right away. It would be pretty hard for me to go and Google it in the middle of a live stream right now, but I could look. I just don't know. I don't remember. I would say it's going to be similar. If it wasn't similar, I think you would feel a difference when you test them side by side. But I don't know for sure. We could check. We could check. Any other questions, guys? If you're just hopping in here, I see people hopping in and out. You know, go ahead and put your question in the chat. Impromptu live chat today. Don't have an agenda, so just want to just chat with you guys, see how I could be of service. What can I help you with, or what do you want me to talk about? What's going on in your life? How's your world these days? It's kind of like not yet post-COVID, but hopefully soon. Some people say things won't go back to normal, but we don't have to talk about that if you don't want to. But I'm just going to ramble unless you put something in the chat. Getting the hint? I got to work out in about 20 minutes. Just had some extra time. Paul says your reviews are awesome. Will there be any more inclusions on the certified sauna list this year? Probably not for 2020, Paul. Not because I wouldn't want to test anything or try it, but I haven't seen anything new. I've seen things that are repackaged as new, you know, like there's some of the same manufacturers putting together saunas that you see in the big box retail stores, but there's not, I mean, there hasn't really been any advancement. We've got other companies like, you know, people have been emailing me like crazy saying, you know, that Sunlighten has improved their heaters or done this or done that. But every time somebody sends me a video that shows that, it's the same old stuff. So it's kind of, I haven't seen much innovation in 2020 in the industry this year. All the products look identical to last year. There could be some cosmetic changes. It's kind of like my truck. I drive a Toyota Tundra, Paul, and it has like the worst tech package on the planet, even though it's one of the most reliable vehicles that you can get. And I purchased it because I lived in Maine for the winter and I didn't want it to be 15 below zero outside and not work well. That said, the updated model just has like a better radio with Apple CarPlay. And while that's very attractive to me and I wish mine had it because it makes life easier when you're traveling with the GPS, it's not really worth an upgrade. So that's kind of like how I see the saunas right now. There really isn't anything. I'm trying to think if there's any brands that are innovating, anybody that has anything new. And I just don't, nothing comes to mind. I got a bunch of portable saunas next to me in this room. All of those are kind of the same. It's a tent with some heaters in it. Nothing revolutionary. Even the near infrared, the heat lamp saunas, like the Sauna Fix, the Sauna Space, the other one that makes a wooden thing. It's all the same stuff. Unless you guys have seen something. I mean, you definitely send it to me. And, you know, fair warning, some companies, especially the ones that are being dishonest, they really don't want me to test their product if I haven't already, because it just doesn't go well. And it's not necessarily a positive thing for them. Amara says, hi, what is better, traditional or infrared? Also, is it okay to bring phone or tablet in sauna? Well, I wouldn't say that traditional or infrared is better than one another. It's just about preference, right? Like both of them work. Both of them are going to give you great sweat. Both of them are going to give you heat therapy, stress therapy, stimulate your immune system, like all the core benefits that you get from either one. The way that the heat is delivered, though, is drastically different. So a traditional sauna has a heater that's in the corner of a sauna, and it heats up the air in the room, and then you breathe that heats up, your core. So it's got to be a much higher temperature in order to heat up your core to the same, temperature. An infrared sauna, you're going to sit close to the emitters, and it's going to excite or heat up the molecules underneath your skin, in your body. And so the air temperature stays very low, but the heat from the far infrared is going to heat you up and make you sweat. So for me personally, I prefer infrared. I've used both. The infrared is easier to install, and it's also it's just less maintenance. There's no moisture. You don't have to have a ventilation system. Most of the traditional saunas require 220. You're not just going to be able to walk into a room like this and plug it into the wall and have it work. So there's a lot of stuff that doesn't really have anything to do with the effectiveness of the sauna or the heat delivery, that just makes using infrared saunas easier in a home or residential application. And on one hand, it kind of makes it less expensive. Even if the sauna is more expensive, you don't have the hassle of electricians coming in and all these things. But that said, some people believe in traditional saunas. Some people believe in infrared. Some people think one is better than the other. I think that all saunas work. I think any sauna can give you the detox, benefits that most people are looking for, or at least the heat stimulation. It's just a different experience, different mechanism of delivery, and it's definitely a different installation process for a lot of people. Like, you're not going to get a corner sauna that two people can fit in comfortably that's steam and just stick it in the corner of your master bedroom, plug it in the wall, and have it work. You're going to have, you're going to be running a new breaker for that. You're going to have an electrician chasing wires through walls and this, that, and the other. Is it okay to bring phone or tablet? Yeah, I take my phone and tablet in the sauna all the time, but it depends on how hot it is. You've only got about 20 minutes before it overheats if it is in close contact with the heat itself. So what that does to the lifespan of the device, I have no idea. It's probably not good for it. But yeah, you can take it in. Most of the saunas, Amara, also have a optional Bluetooth or wired plug-in connection. So you can drape an MP3 cord out a little trapdoor in the roof and let your phone sit on a side table or on the floor and play music without having it inside also. Melody says, what type of red light is the most beneficial? Most beneficial for what, Melody? I mean, if you're just talking about getting red light therapy, it's probably going to be in the 600 to 800 nanometer range, like this. It's going to be one of these, a full body panel. So, but this is not going to give you, now I can't see anything anymore. Thanks, Melody. You're on the bad girl list now. I'm kidding. It depends on what you're trying to do with it. But red light therapy is not going to give you a sauna experience. The only reason you're getting a sauna experience with something like the heat lamps is because you have heat with the heat lamps in an enclosure that's heating up the thing, number one. You've got heat from the heat lamp. I don't think people realize that 250 watts of heat times 4, that's 1,000 watts. The power supply in a one-person wooden sauna, you know, isn't a whole lot more than 1,000 watts, probably like 1,400. And so that's a lot of that's a lot of heat, you know. And there's some far infrared output from these too. They call them near infrared bulbs, but if you look at the graph, it's curved. So there is some bleed through there. There are a little bit of rays that cause heat from that, but it really depends on what you're doing. Colton says new date prediction for DIY. Colton, it was supposed to be done yesterday. Videos are uploading right now. It just takes a really long time. They're in 4K, so they're huge files. I would say, what's the date today? If you want, I can just give you early access to it. Just remember that it's not finished. Probably Friday the 30th. It's going to be Friday the 30th. And then there may be some things that need to be fixed up after Friday the 30th, but I'll let you guys decide that because some of this stuff is really commonplace for me and I don't think to put it in there, but there's probably things that would be really useful for you. So there's going to be some updates after the 30th as well. Put an ice pack behind my phone and keeps it cool. Yeah, you could do that, Katie. Mara says, thanks for your answer. You're welcome. David says, no point in getting in a low EMF sauna if you're bringing the phone in unless on airplane mode. Well, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, Deva. The RF radiation from a phone is very different from magnetic fields and electric fields from a sauna. Talking about AC power at 60 hertz versus, I mean, I get what you're saying. Yes and no. Yes and no. Always on airplane mode. I like to listen to audio that I've downloaded. Cool. Guys must be Jack Kruse people in here. I know he is a huge proponent of that stuff. Colton. Oh, I love early access. Colton, if you, I'll have to create a username or something for you. Let me find, I don't want you to put your private details in the chat, but if you put an email address and a name on that form on the contact page, I can create a user account for you without you having to sign up to anything. And then you'll be able to log in and see the progress. It's obviously not finished right now, so total heads up, but I'm happy to give you access to it because there is a lot of stuff in there already. Just needs to be polished up. Any other questions, guys? It's 4:40. I've got until about 4:50 Eastern time. Then I got to head to workout. Yeah, sure. Colton, whatever. There's going to be a ton more content that's added to it, but if there's something like I don't know your history, I don't know your feedback, I don't know your interest in the DIY or what you're trying to do with it, but if you tell me what that is, we can probably create some resources that make life easier for you guys. So good deal. Is there any of these that I missed? You guys have other questions? We've got about another 10 minutes or so. And if you guys didn't hear when I first hopped on, is the music too loud? Usually I can't play music on YouTube because it gets flagged. So I just got a brand new account for royalty-free music. So I might actually be able to have music in the room when we're filming. It adds so much energy and makes things so much more enjoyable. It's something I haven't had for 2 years. So I am pumped. Questions? There's quite a bit of you guys in here. What do you guys want me to talk about? What's going on with you? What's going on in your life? Anything but politics. I don't do politics. I hate it. I can't stand it. It's embarrassing, some of the stuff that goes on the TV. I don't even have cable. No other questions, guys? Come on. Gotta have something. Let's do this thing. I'm in a good mood. I've got extra 20 minutes before workout. No one's saying anything. I want to figure out how to have you guys pop in here where I can. How much Intros gel do you take? 1 tablespoon. Yes, Katie, I take usually, and this is now, like if I take it, if I was having a healing crisis or I was doing some type of heavy metal detox that went wrong, I would probably take more than that. But yeah, 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon of Intros gel, either swallow it with at least 8 ounces of water or mix it in a glass with 8 ounces of water and then drink it. I mean, that's more than enough. And then I don't have any of the stuff in this room here, but you could also follow that up with the like the light herbal detox with the bentonite clay. Where would that be? Let me see if I can get you a link really quick. Hopefully, just give me 1 second. It's going to be the bentonite clay capsules though, because the other stuff is gritty. It's nasty. It's the bentonite clay one on there. That's what I like. It's cheap too. I think it's like $10. I should check before I actually say that. $13. They raised the price. You know, this happens. I say stuff is a certain price and then people it starts selling well on Amazon and they're like, oh, we could squeeze an extra $5 out of these people. Carmen says, hi Matt, waiting for a call to back order. Oh, a call back to order my sauna. Do they have a good warranty? Does who have a good warranty, Carmen? I don't know what you mean. And it wouldn't be me. Like, you're not waiting for you're not waiting for a call back from me, are you? Because I haven't spoken to anybody this week. I have been head down filming in that foil looking thing you see behind me to get this done because I am over it. No, not over it. Just it's a lot of work. Other questions? We got another 6 minutes. What do you guys want me to talk about? Oh, I was saying, I want to figure out how to get you guys to pop in here. How many of you would hop on and like actually speak or say something so that I can see you? Because I don't know if you've ever done this yourself before, but there's this little like chat box on the side of the screen. So the only thing, I'm sitting in a room with sauna stuff all around me. There's a little camera right here. I'm on a laptop. I can see myself on the screen. I can see this little chat box, and then I can kind of like see your names, and I can't really see your faces. Smith says, what's up, big baller? I wish I was a big baller. Wish I was a little bit taller. What? Who are you, Smith? Do we know each other? Kira says, hi, Matt. Which sauna has been your absolute fave so far as how well it heats up in the low EMF? The Radiant Healths. I just think they're the best value. The Clearlight's a pretty damn close second. Like, they're kind of the same thing. They don't feel too much different. But the Clearlight on average is usually anywhere from $300 to $500 more on the exact same model. So same size, same things, unless you're talking about a Clearlight Sanctuary, but those have more heaters, a little bit of extra heat from the front, but then the EMF is not the same. So Radiant Health is definitely the best value for the money. They just come in at about $500 cheaper than a Clearlight, and they're great, no troubles. I mean, people ask about the warranty and stuff all the time. Like, I guess Clearlight has, promotes this lifetime thing, and Radiant Health has a lifetime on, I think it's the wood or the heaters or something, and then the rest of it's only 5 years. But the entire time that I've been doing this, and from the very beginning of me getting a sauna, they don't break, and I beat the heck out of these things. So, and for me, like I know the integrity and the values of the owners and the staff of Radiant Health. And if anybody ever had a problem, I feel like they would fix it faster than any of the other brands. So it's less expensive. The staff is better. They're not pushy. When you call, they don't try to shove you into a bigger sauna than you need just to get you to spend more money. Like, there's all these little things. Just the whole deal is just better. Carmen says no, a rep from Radiant Health didn't see any info on their warranty. Hey, Carmen, they have a whole bunch of info for warranty. Just ask them to email it to you when you talk to them. But they're also, I don't know where you're located. The Radiant Health headquarters is in British Columbia, Canada. So like right now it's 4:47 for me. When it's 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning here and we're just getting going, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock there. So their time zone's a little different. Just give them a little extra time to get back to you. And if you call to follow up, make sure you leave a voicemail, because if you don't, there's no way to know that it's you. Smith says, no, just a subscriber, interested in saunas, appreciate your scientific approach. Yeah, I'm not a scientist, but I try. This is, I probably went a little bit too deep into this subject from my own health troubles. And I was just struggling so much, I would do anything to help myself. And when I first got into saunas, I was hypercritical. Like I wanted the best thing because I needed the benefits, because I was really struggling. My life was going to shit and I was suffering from chronic fatigue. I was having anxiety, panic attacks in the grocery store, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I probably I went a little overboard in the beginning. I think I'm more balanced these days. I regularly tell people to buy sauna brands that I don't like or that I wouldn't buy for myself just because it's the right fit for them. But back then I was going through so much stuff, and I just got tired of the sauna companies and the people lying to me, right? They're just falsely advertising. Kathy says, have you ever tried the combo units from Finleo? It has the ability to switch between traditional. Kathy, no, I haven't, but I have inquired about that. And what stopped me from going further is I thought that you could use the traditional heat and the infrared at the same time, and you cannot. So I could only have like an infrared day and then a traditional day. It's kind of cool. Like I like that idea because, then if I thought I wasn't getting all the benefits from one type, I could have certain days of the week where I did the other. But I kind of wanted to, I thought I could use them together. Like when they say combo unit, I was like, oh yeah, that sounds awesome, because then we can do both. So we could put all this stuff to bed. Like, Dr. Rhonda Patrick says that traditional or infrared doesn't make heat shock proteins. Well, she also said that, she doesn't say definitively, like she just says there's not enough research. So kind of seems like infrared saunas do make heat shock proteins. The thing that stopped me from the combo unit is that the combo units are 20 amp, and then the big ones are 220. So there's not the ease of installation like there is with infrared. Like I wouldn't be able to install one here without spending thousands of dollars. We'd have to run an external conduit and then put in a new breaker on the second floor in order to power those. So I kind of stopped there. Maybe if I get a forever home in the next, year or two, and I have a place that's covered outside like a big lanai, maybe I'll revisit that. But until then, it's kind of hard for me to do it. Katie says, couldn't wait for DIY projects, went ahead and bought a Clearlight Premier. Oh, well, I set it up Friday and I'm happy with it. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you like it. I'm sorry that you had to buy something like that if you weren't planning on it, just because I'm running behind. But nothing is going to be like one of those. This thing back here is never going to be like a beautiful sauna with a glass door and lights and a stereo and all that. You're probably going to be super happy with that long term. So if there's anything I can do for you, though, let me know. I'm happy to. Sorry that you had to spend thousands of dollars because this guy couldn't get the project done. Mara says, I once went to a beautiful place to get infrared hair treatments. They told me will not work on me because I am brown. I hope this research is true. Infrared work, dark-skinned people. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, Amara. It doesn't matter who you are, what color your skin is, what your race is. None of that shit matters. That means nothing. All infrared saunas are going to heat up your core temperature. They're going to make you sweat. They're going to do a lot of stuff. They're going to stimulate your immune system. They're going to change your metabolism. They're going to do a lot of things. I suspect that the hair treatment was like a spot treatment, and it was more of like an infrared light treatment, maybe a laser or LED to affect the color or the roots. That's very different. I don't know anything about that. I couldn't comment on it, but yeah, don't matter who you are, where you come from, sauna is going to work for you. Kira says, thank you for the detailed reply. Sure. Colton says, yeah, I'm just really looking forward to DIY for longevity, distressing after workouts. You think the detox benefits are legit or more woo-woo? Maybe I'm skeptical. No, man, detox benefits are legit. You talking about detox benefits from regular sauna use long-term? No, man, that's some serious shit. Like what is with this music? It just went from cool to crazy. Give me 1 second. This is nuts. Let's click on laid back. Yeah. Okay. I can't think. It's like what were we talking about? Colton, no, I totally believe in the detox benefits, man. It's just everyone thinks you can use a sauna for a week and it's going to detox 20 years of stuff. It's not that you can't do 4 or 5 long-hour sauna sessions and get a huge detox. It's that's not how your body works. Your body works kind of like mineral deposits or crystal deposits on a riverbed, right? They slowly over years make their way underneath the stones and all this kind of stuff. And that's kind of the same way that things get released. You can speed it up. You can do niacin detoxes. You can take chelators. You can take mobilizing agents. But for most people, if they would just get a sauna, use it 3 to 5 times a week, take a binding agent, not every time, just every now and then, do some binding detox stuff, unless they have health troubles. 6 months from now, if you were to look at the adipose tissue samples of that person, all that stuff starts to come down and it just slowly gets released and excreted. Not everything gets sweated out of the skin. Everyone thinks that all the metals come out of the skin, but they don't. Some of the metals won't make it through the skin, but it's the lymphatic fluid exchange. It's everything else that's happening when the body is forced into hormesis from the superheated sessions, and all the fluid gets processed and then everything gets eliminated. Most people, unless they run marathons and stuff, that's not happening to them. So the sauna is extremely beneficial. And obviously, I believe in it based on my own results, not from some scientific study. I'm kind of the opposite. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not really that technically smart at reading research studies because I can't handle the jargon. For me, it was I had health troubles. I had the metal issues. I was doing labs and getting all these tests all the time. I started using the saunas and it made me better. Then I had to go back and learn, okay, why is that making me better? What is happening here? Why is this working? And you get into some of the studies and it's like, yeah, okay, the study says that it's not effective for this and it's doing this, but that wasn't my experience. So there's a little bit of a disconnect there. Kira says, watch upcoming videos. How do the Relax infrared in the portable sauna category? The Relax is kind of in its own category because it's weird. It has 2, I don't have it in here. I could grab one of the heaters and show you. It has 2 heating fans, basically. Like, have you ever seen a portable heater fan that you can put like in a shed or something if you have chickens or whatever, like if it gets really cold and you want to keep them warm? It has 2 of those on the floor. So it's got AC power running to it. EMF is not that great, but it gets hot. It works. It's a little expensive, I think, for what you get. But the what do you call that? The cabin. The quality of the material on the tent is very good compared to some of the other stuff. You'll see it when I have them side by side. You don't really tell from looking at pictures, but it's still a portable tent sauna. And I think I'm just a person that can't stand those because everything is working against the designers and the developers when they make those. But I would say it ranks, the Relax probably ranks 2nd or 3rd, out of the 7 or the 6, however many there are. Colton says, I found your channel. It's great explaining the benefits. Definitely trust you with my sauna life. Well, I mean, always do your own research, Colton. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a person, like I can't sit up here like Dr. Rhonda Patrick can and say, oh, all-cause mortality is reduced by doing a sauna session for this long and at this temperature and, heat shock this and blah, blah, blah. But what I can tell you is that I can't speak like that. And I don't know what the fuck she just said, but my life has been changed from regular sauna sessions and binder therapy when functional medicine doctors were leading me down a different path that was too stressful for my body, and it didn't work. So however you can package that up and say it in a more technical way, I don't know. I try to read about this stuff, but really it just comes from self experimentation. Katie says, not complaining, planning to get one. Not complaining about what? I talk about too many things. Planning to get one at some point. Thought about waiting to try yours. Really happy with my decision. Yeah, Katie, you have a great sauna. So, I mean, the type of vibration plate that I have, I don't know. I've had it for too long. And it's covered in boxes right now. I'll have to get back to you on that. Let me add that to the list. Vibration plate. Just give me 1 second, guys. Vibration plate review or brand. It's really good. One of the things with the vibration plates, the reason that I have that vibration plate is because a more expensive one had dual motors. And then I was reading some of the information on those. And then I found out that, I don't know if this is true, right? I'm just telling you, why did I buy that? I bought that because I was reading something that says if the dual motors get slightly out of sync, then you have a left and a right side of the body that is slowly vibrated at a little different RPM. And I didn't want that. So whatever that brand is that's buried by the portable sauna boxes, I'll find it out and I'll talk about it. But that's why I bought that one. It's a single motor with a wide pad on top. So there's one rotation underneath, and then it's distributed through the entire platform. Planning on getting one at some point. Waiting and trying. Kelly says, love my Radiant Health sauna. I expect to develop drier skin. Nah, I won't give you dry skin, Kelly. As long as your hydration is on point, your electrolytes, your potassium, your magnesium, you won't get dry skin. Just let me text this guy. I didn't realize we're over time. It is time for workout, and had to text Sky my garage code. I'm gonna have to go in 2 minutes. Let's see, chicken legs. Chicken legs. I like the screen name. I like your handle. Clearlight Sanctuary Retreat. Our Radiant Healthy H4. Clearlight says, but they don't have full arch. Clearlight says, but they don't have full and Radiant Health saunas heaters above head waist. Holy shit, dude. How much paraphrasing can we do? Radiant Health saunas seems overwhelmed. Both companies way out in delivery time. I don't think so. Radiant Health is pretty good. They might be out of stock at the moment, but when they have stuff, you should get your sauna in less than 3 weeks. I think what you're saying is Clearlight says Radiant Health doesn't have full spectrum. It all depends on what you're looking for, but the full spectrum is not going to make or break your whatchamacallit. There could be a tiny bit of heat loss from having the heaters above the head, but I like the I don't mind having heaters above my shoulders because I like having infrared on my head. But really, I would have to. I mean, you have to give me more details about what you're looking for, what's important to you, what's your hierarchy of criteria to say, one is better than the other. You're also comparing Clearlight Sanctuary Retreat with a Radiant Health EH4. Let me see that really quick. And then I've got to go. Internet is slow for some reason. Let me see. There's one thing I want to check on the layout of those. The E4H. So the E4H is an opposing bench design. So you have a bench on either side of each other. I couldn't remember if it was 1 second. This thing is not cooperating. I couldn't remember if the yoga sauna, because those are kind of two different applications. The E4H, you're not going to be able to do yoga or really stretch out or do stuff like that, because in the Sanctuary Retreat, you can take that bench out, as far as I remember, and have a full floor. So that's a little different of a comparison. I would say that the Clearlight Premier 4-person is a direct comparison of the E4H. Kelly says, got my 1 person in 2 weeks. Yeah, the owner of Radiant Health Saunas is 100% adamant about people having fast shipping times, not waiting for stuff. He gets really upset if they're if they don't have inventory and they're back ordered. I mean, you can just put a deposit down, and as soon as it comes in, you're first in line for what they get. But he is like more passionate than me about, hey, if somebody orders something, they need it in a reasonable time. Colton says, great explanation. Thank you. Yeah, man. If you wanna send me more details about what you're looking for, I need more context in order to say that one would be better than another for your application. Let me use that contact form right there, and then tell me exactly what you're looking for, because it'll be an email that goes right to me. Don't put your email address in the live chat, because if it goes up for replay, you don't want the spam bots to send you a bunch of stuff just because your email is public. Melody says, I have an E4H, absolutely love it. Rainey's amazing. Yeah. So chicken legs, what I'm talking about is there's 2 benches on either side. So when you're in the E4H, it's great. Like if you want to use it with a spouse or family members, because you can sit on one side and put your feet up. But it's not going to be like the yoga style flat floor in the sanctuary. And that's what a lot of people buy that for. It's because you can take the bench out and then you have a floor that you can do yoga and stuff, but you're not going to have, you can't put your feet up. So that's the trade-off. You'd have to put additional stuff in there. So I got to run, guys. Hope your week is going great, and I'll catch you in the next one. If anybody has questions that we didn't get to, use that link right there, cleverleverage.com. Go to the contact page and just use the form. All of those submissions go directly to me. So I will check later and get back to you guys. Have a great day.